Our unofficial Batman Arkham Knight countdown clock is down to 25 days, 13 hours, 59 minutes, and 53 seconds. We've got Ginn, one of the game's developers, here to give us a look inside Rocksteady's Gotham. Okay, so there have been so many trailers. We're all super excited about this game, but what are you guys showing? What new features are coming up before E3?
Right here, we've been talking a lot about what goes on around the main story. So, since we announced Arkham Knight, we've talked a lot about the return of the Scarecrow, the recruitment of the Arkham Knight himself, the Batmobile, but the United Rogues Gallery is really something that is a huge part of the game that we've barely talked about at all. So what we're giving right here is an opportunity for gamers to get hands-on with taking on these killer supervillains like Riddler or Penguin. You know, this is something that really fills out the game world and brings a whole lot of life to Gotham City itself.
Nature always wins.
So we've got this whole set of missions called the Most Wanted missions, and the main story path sort of weaves through them, and so you get a bit of a taste of them all. But if you then want to delve super deeply into one of them, let's say the Riddler is really grinding your grill and you want to get down and dirty with him, then you can focus on the Riddler and do all of the Riddler challenges.
And then I've got to ask, obviously, like I said, we've seen some gameplay, but about how much gameplay have we seen so far?
Not very much at all. We don't like to spoil very much, so there's a lot of secrecy around the work that we do at Rocksteady. We tend to not allow people to come to the studio.
Yeah.
And when we make trailers, we kind of try to make them as exciting as we can, but without using spoiler material, because it's like going to see a movie, right? You don't want to know how the movie ends, otherwise it spoils it. It's exactly the same with games for us.
Well, I'm totally going to go for a spoiler. Are fans going to recognize who the Arkham Knight is when that mask comes off?
Our philosophy is Batman's knowledge of his enemies is where we have to put players. So Batman has not encountered the Arkham Knight at all. This is a completely new character that we've designed to bring into the Arkhamverse, into Batman's world. So the journey that Batman goes on against all of these villains is really critical to us so that you genuinely feel like the Batman.
Look who it is. I can't say I'm surprised.
I got to see a little sneak peek of something that looks pretty epic. What can you tell us about the Riddler Racetracks?
The whole Riddler cave puzzle track thing, it's massive and it's really kind of typical Riddler style, really sophisticated and complex. So he understands that with the Arkham Knight's forces on the streets, Batman's protection is the Batmobile. So everyone else is trying to get to Batman. Riddler's like, no, if I can destroy the car, I can then reveal the vulnerabilities in the man. So he's all about destroying the Batmobile by wearing it down and understanding how it works. So every time you engage with one of these puzzles, the Riddler is sort of tracking your behavior and then designing puzzles that will then try and beat Batman when it comes to the behavior of the Batmobile. It's personally my favorite bit of the game because I'm just a Riddler fanboy.
So we got to see a little bit of the prophecy from Azrael in the trailer. How much is that going to play into the game?
The prophecy that Azrael laid down at the end of Arkham City flowed through into the foundations of the narrative for Batman Arkham Knight. So, like, yeah, it's relevant, but I can't. That's all I'm going to say. But Azrael looks awesome.
And then obviously we know we'll get to play as Batman, but in the previous game we got to do the separate levels as Catwoman. Will we get to play as other characters?
Yes. That's what dual play is all about. So we just announced dual play as a new feature within the free flow combat system. And you can interchange between Batman and Nightwing, or Batman and Robin, or Batman and Catwoman. And it's just so awesome the way that it works, because you get these dual team takedowns and they just set up so beautifully, and then you trigger them and then boom, and it's like, because Batman is now at his most epic peak of power. He's never been more powerful, and then adding the Batmobile to that, that's his chariot, that's his sword and his shield. It's everything to him, and the whole game is built around the Batman and the Batmobile combination, man and machine. So be the Batman, be that Batman!
Remember, you can get your Arkham Knight action figures right now from DC Collectibles, including Harley Quinn, Scarecrow, and Red Hood. And we've got our finger on the pulse of the Arkham Knight, so make sure you click subscribe to monitor all the vital signs.